Do you remember what word you spelled wrong in your elementary school spelling bee? Because my word was people, and guess what? I've never spelled it wrong again. P-E-O-P-L-E, people. Now, I'm not here saying we need to bring back the old-fashioned classroom weekly spelling bee, but today I am here to share my top 3 tips to help your spellers in the classroom. Sometimes teaching spelling is like pulling teeth, and sometimes it feels absolutely pointless because somehow your spellers still are making huge mistakes when you're transferring to other subject areas. Today I'm going to share the 3 things I'm doing with my spellers right now that I know is going to make a difference for you in your classroom. Tip number 1 is to focus on spelling patterns. Patterns are the key to unlocking the magic of spelling for your students. Let's all agree that the English language is ridiculous. There's so many rules, there's so many things that are changing, there's so many words where the rules literally don't apply, but that's where the patterns come in. If we can teach our students the patterns behind some of our most commonly spelled words, that is where that change is going to happen. They're going to start applying their patterns in their own spelling practice on a daily basis. That's why I think a specific word list that focuses on a different pattern each week is where it's at in spelling instruction. To clarify, we're spelling words that follow these patterns. It's not a vocabulary lesson. It's not a context clues lesson. We're just focusing on the spelling. If you want to hear me talk about the other 2 things, let me know in the comments. Tip number 2 is to differentiate whenever and wherever you can when working with spelling with your students. I don't know about you, but in my 3rd grade classroom, students are all over the place in terms of spellers. Some of my strongest readers are some of my weakest spellers. Interestingly enough, some of my weakest readers are some of my strongest spellers because they're really focusing on building that phonemic understanding in our small group work. Phonics and spelling, they truly go hand in hand. Because students have such varied abilities as spellers, that's why I think a differentiated spelling list is super powerful. So what this looks like in my classroom, I have 3 spelling lists every single week that my students are placed into. Now, each list is still focusing on that same spelling pattern, but one list is the most challenging, we have a middle range, and then we have the least challenging list for my students who need the most spelling support. These differentiated lists keep us all working on the same skill, but on the level they're ready for. Tip number 3 is to make sure you are practicing these spelling patterns in context. That means we don't want our students doing activities over and over again that just has them rewriting the words. Gone are the days of writing it on the chalkboard 100 times to make sure you remember it. We want to make sure we're building activities and opportunities for our students to practice these spelling patterns in context. One easy way I do this in all subject areas, anytime I see a word that includes that week's spelling pattern, I make a point to point it out to my students. By the end of the week, they're doing the pointing out. They're saying, oh, there's that word that has the silent E on the end that's making the vowel say its name. When students have the opportunity to practice spelling in context, it helps it really sink in, and they're going to retain what they've learned about that spelling pattern. If you're looking for help with your spelling instruction, don't worry, you know I'm going to have a goodie to share with you. And I'm so excited because right now we have a full year's worth of 3rd grade spelling curriculum, and now we have a growing 2nd grade bundle. That's right, everything you need to teach spelling in your 3rd grade or 2nd grade classroom. And when I say everything, I mean this is insanely comprehensive. You're getting multiple word lists that are already differentiated for you for each week. Pre-assessments, post-assessments, PowerPoints, learning activities, letters to send home to families so they know what's going down in spelling. These resources truly have everything you need. Make sure you check them out up in the cards and down in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments, what else are your favorite tips and tricks for spelling? Do you have a magical way to make sure your students are always spelling the words that are written on the board in their paper? I'm still trying to find a way to make that one happen in my classroom. If you aren't already, please make sure you are subscribed. We put out new videos every single week, and we'd love to have you be a part of our community here on YouTube. If you're looking to connect with us in other ways, check out all my links down in the description box. And as always, happy spelling and have a not so wimpy day. Bye.